with the little hamsters in the background. Well, we hope you have a beautiful evening, because we are fighting here like hell, as some folks in the United States used to say. Ha, it even rhymes. Hi guys, I hope you see the live stream of the Bartex well. With no longer ado, I will just try to make it happen, okay? So sorry for that. And Morgar is here with his stream. And as you see, this is the bigshortbets platform. Here, yes, it's bigger now. And let's hope it works, because it used to just a minute ago.
Okay, so we start for introductions. Problems, but yeah, sometimes it's happening here for you because we would like to just suggest one tool. We come up with some ideas from people from Wall Street. So yeah, but it will be quite interesting how everything works. But yeah, like we just and the title it will be fee and constructions, how everything works.
We still have problems, I think.
The audio is way
goes,
better
okay.
when I don't have the screen on. I will try again. Now. One, two, 1, 2.
Sounds stable like USDC chart, okay.
Looks good now.
Okay, we can proceed, I think. We can solve
Yeah,
this issue
okay,
right now.
so I will be talking a little bit slower today to make sure that I don't jump too far when something bad happened. But yeah, like you can see, this is the simple chart, the simple diagram, and I would like to just explain you a few things about the business model and things that's going on in behind the scenes, and we are right now implementing. So many of you just asking us what will be the gains, what will be the end game for everybody on the platform, right? And like you can imagine, we are creating the tool not to be the somebody who's taking money from you, but we are creating a tool to be part of the ecosystem that will allows you to gain many let's say values and commodities just by be part of the hodling community, just by using the platform, and just by just providing us the for example the power to the nodes and things like that, be liquidity provider. But I will extend more on those diagrams. So you can see that this is the simple diagram that it shows the bigshortbets net, our blockchain, our ecosystem, where you can see that there's many groups of actions, right? We have a groups, you can do something with the baits, with the groups, with the markets, with the pools. I think we can just a little bit more talk about the pools magic today that we are planning to have. We know that you would like to have, and there's some questions from people who invest lots with the baits, but the bets, I mean the bets itself, you can just make a bet with people on a blockchain. And so as well, we know that there will be a group of that as well requires some fees, right? And those fees are like a, let's say, yeah, let's just wait a second.
I'm just resetting the screen, and it resets the lag. I'm just resetting the screen, so it resets the lag. So
Yeah, I can see that there is information that this is again the.
it works now.
Okay.
Yeah, we can try to.
I can, yeah. So back to the topic. So what actions you can do? For example, you can pay for paid baits, right? If you look on my right now cursor, right, we're just pointing right now custom logic that you can use for extending functions in groups. Like I don't want to say more about this is everything that will be like always will require from you to pay something to somebody, but there will be, let's say, percentage of the fee that you need to cover to the ecosystem for using that, right? The market itself, the transactions and the contract fees, not the transactions but the contract fees, and the pools, like you said, the transactions in the pool will be the like a I think like similar to Uniswap pools. So you can see that there is as well be fees to make this transition from between the coins happening. You need to as well cover some fees for that. And the others, you can imagine that anything that will be happening in the system needs to paid fee, right? And what's happened with this fee? This fee will be collected to this certain place, this certain smart contract, that will be responsible to redistribute this fee to all the nodes in our ecosystems, right? So this means that if you have a node and everybody who has enough amount of the tokens will be able to create a node to our blockchain, will be participating in this fee distribution, right? So first of all, you can see what you get, the token that it's creating you the bets, right? The utility tokens. So first of all, you can hodl tokens to create a bet that will be needed for certain actions. There will be bigger fee, for example, if you would like to pay this in USDC, but as well there will be option to pay it in the bets. It will be a little bit cheaper, right? This is one thing. Second thing is that you, in the future, we will introduce that the besides of the reputation on the platform, there will be your power as a token power. It will represent you as a more, let's say, reliable and more powerful user on a platform because of the amount of the tokens that you're holding, right? So this is you will be bigger, let's say, more important user. You create the tokens, the utility tokens, and you're like a bank, right? Like a Fed. And then you have option to create a node. So you're creating more power to you're providing more power to the blockchain, but as well you're participating in the fee. So you're receiving everything with the ecosystem just created and just collected from the users, and you will be receiving that as a reward, right? And what would more you will receive as a hodler? Oh yes, and reductions of the fees, right? So you can imagine that there will be amount of the people, and mainly I think most of them will be still able to use our platform. For example, create contracts, pay the contract fees. But if you don't have a tokens, your fee will be higher, compared to somebody who has the more tokens, right? So all those actions for people who has more tokens will be cheaper, right? Because they are hodlers. So they are part of the ecosystem, so they have the smaller fees. But somebody who could just jump to the platform and don't have a lot of bigshortbets still will be able to use the platform, but they will be forced to bigshortbets fat. Yeah, great comment on the chat. And will be forced to pay the bigger fee for all those transactions, right? And you can imagine that, look on this chart and you can see that, the users just put the fees to the ecosystem, and ecosystem is giving that back to the hodlers. And why is so important that we are talking, and I will just give you an example, the very detailed example based on the market. Why is so important? So let's just go to the text. I know this is simple, but let's just imagine that text many of tech central exchanges is working like this, that you are divided to the groups. The more let's say better groups that has the better conditions on the market, and the groups that you are making business on, right? You are selling on, you're getting money from them. And what it means, for example, if you're trading on some exchanges, right? You have a fee, for example. You have a fee for placing the order, for opening the, making a market position, right? Market positions, and many things like that, right? And you always need to pay something, right? Sometimes is in the percentage, right? The percentage of value of your position. Sometimes is the flat price that you need to always pay, but there is always pay. But most of you maybe you probably knows, but let's just assume that it's better to just make us on the same page with everybody. There is amount of the people that they have better transactions conditions than you, like the prop traders, the liquidity providers, the banks. They will always be in first place in the order books before you. They will always get the better price. They get the better transactions fee. So it means that if you, for example, need to pay 0.25% for transactions, they will only pay something like 0.01 or 0.02. Or for example, if you're a liquidity provider and prop trader, sometimes you get that. It means the maker position reward. It means that your fee is minus. So it means that the exchange is paying you from the user's fee, the retail trader's fee, that you are providing liquidity, so you're getting a reward, right? So they always have the better. So from first seconds of the position, they always have better starting point than you. They always be better. This is difference of some pips, right? The 1 ticks, 2 ticks, but it's enough to be always profitable, right? They always, in the long term, they will always win with you. If you compare this retail trader who has normal standard conditions against the guys who are better transfer, better access, better conditions from transactions, they will, in the long term, they will only gaining small percentage at compared to you, right? So they always be few percent better than you. It's enough to win with you on the market, right? So we started thinking that it's not good for us because we would like to create, first of all, the market. Second thing is this market will be peer-to-peer, where everybody has an equal, gains, equals conditions, equals. I mean, it sounds against to our freedom and capitalistic approach to the economic, but let's say like that. You would like to just create something, the ecosystem that it's only beneficial. They will be better only for the hodlers, but rest of you guys, if you don't want to be a hodler, you need to accept the worst conditions. But if you are part of the ecosystem, you will be one of those guys on the bottom from this chart. And how it works in the details, right? So let's just extend. We have this chart. Let's just extend this part of on the market over here, and let's go to the bottom. This is how the market will works. And let me quickly introduce to the few things. So let's imagine that we have two users, the user A, and this is the wallet of user A, and the user B. One is placing the limit order, and one of guys is the taking from transactions from the market. And the dots color, it's the green dots, they are the user A maker, and the red arrows are the user B, the taker. And what's going on? When I am user A and I'm creating a position, there is something called fee maker. I mean the fee. So it's fee that I need to pay for market. It's hodler discount. This is the the multiplier that we are creating based on the amount of the tokens that you have, right? So this is, for example, half of the standard price of the contract, right? Or 0.25, right? You always be going to the zero. I mean, it's never will be the zero, right? But you're going to the zero, so it's this multiplier will be slow. smaller and smaller when you have more and more tokens, right? So for example, we have a hodler that is this discount multiplied by the contract cost, right? Because there is always cost that you need to pay for creating a contract on the market, right? But I am creating the limit order, so I am creating the liquidity. So right now, back to the sex, I am one of these guys, right? I'm creating the liquidity to the market. So it means that I need to get a reward for being a maker, right? For being a liquidity provider. So it means that if you are going through the market and you are placing the market order, so it means that it should be executed right after you put that, you need to pay the fee that it contains the same fee. So you need to pay for costs that you need to include in your position for creating a contract, but as well you need to give the taker fee. So you need to pay him for being on the market as a liquidity, right, provider. And what's going on next? This placing order, this is the match, right? So by placing market order, he added the placing limit order. There is a match and the pass market reward, right? So it means that this guy, the user B, just gave him the maker reward, and this reward backs to you. But both of them paid the fee for contract, right? So this contract fee just goes to the fee collector that I already mentioned, and this fee collector will be fee redistributed, right? Same situation is happening when you're closing the position. So if I'm closing the position, you can see the market order, for example, because I'm liquidated, because I don't want to be longer in the position. System is looking for order book limit order position, right? So you can see once again, I need to pay the taker fee plus I think I only need to pay the taker fee in this position. Sorry, I just have a mistake in this, but you need to pay only taker fee. This taker fee, this maker fee, this maker reward will be passed to the user A because he's waiting for you on the market. But this guy doesn't have a contract and created the new contract in this moment, so he will pass the maker contract cost. This what you need to pay to create a new contract on the market to the fee collector, and this fee after every day will be redistributed to the nodes, right? Same story is not only about the positions. For example, I am a user A, and and you know that we have a plans to allow you to create a new markets on our blockchain. So it means that you can come to us and say, okay, bigshortbets team, I would like to create a contract for example, I don't know, Mr. Beast account view count, and we would like to just make a long and short position on the view counts. And we say, okay, if you have a right oracle, if you have everything in the place, we will create the market like that for you, right? Of course, you're responsible as a user for liquidity on this market. It could be, it will be hard to create a contract if somebody won't be willing to create a contract with you, but it doesn't matter. You need to pay the market fee, the new market fee. It means that if you would like to create in an ecosystem the new market, you need to pay for that, right? And this fee, once again, is collected and redistributed to the nodes, right? So you can see how many options we have to be able, as a hodlers, to take part in this ecosystem and as well get the gains from that, right? And of course, I will just, I think that there was one question. This is one of the ways how we would like to be, reduce our cost. I mean, the Rafa, our founder, cost for upkeeping few servers, because the origin nodes, I mean the team nodes, they are responsible to be, let's say, the core of the network. They will be we would like to just keep them always on and very efficient and very strong AVMs for that. So as well, we will be part of this nodes, right? So right now I am saying that yes, the team nodes will be included in this redistribution, right? So like everybody, right? But we won't use our tokens, team tokens, I think, for that. And no worries about that we will take first, for example, 80% of fee. No, we would like to just cap it that on a certain level, something between 12-13%. But still, we are in a team discussion about that. But something like that, right? That will be 12%, and then rest of it will be to the nodes that it's provided by the users, right? Thanks to that, it's hard to assess which fee is associated with the market and which fee is associated with other actions, right? So it means that there is no third-party provider for the market. So this is 100% peer-to-peer, people-to-people contract that cannot be denied by the law, because all of you have a law to create your own deals between people. So thanks to this, let's say, construction of how the fee is distributed and how you cannot associate the fee between the who is receiving the fee and who is paying for what this fee, allows us to be decentralized and be secured and just give you 100% distributed, not distributed, but free. Let's say the tool that provides you freedom to create your deals with anybody you would like to. And this is, yeah. So I know that I'm thinking a lot of today, but let's just stay here. And guys, do you have any questions about this?
We would love to hear some questions. I'm just glad that the sound is great again. Let's make the sound great again, and it's kind of working. So that's a good thing. Big short fed, and yeah, if you got anything, I really like this chart, and I really like that you actually found the solution to the cost of having a server on all the time, because it's troublesome not only for this project, I suppose, but for many others too, in the future, or now, because many reasons. But one of them might be the electricity bills, if I'm right. It's currently very high.
But that's
But
what we would like to extend, right? I'm just imagine that this part that we will take for team is not for us to just, buy the Lambo or just go to the moon or anything like that. It's just to scale up our team it will be used to, extend our team for new members. It will be used to create new opportunities, just experiment, add new features, because somebody needs to, we would like to have something to eat and drink, right? So for creating new features and things like that, right? So you need to think about, and of course we are not closed group, right? So if somebody will be a hodler and as well decided to be part of the dev team from technical point of view, right? There will be option to join and be part of this team that is working on that, right? In the future, we're thinking that it will be a way that you can vote and suggest the improvements of the platform on GitHub, and then we will be using those funds to to create those functionalities, right? So there will be options that you will say, okay, guys, we have a funds, we have a team.
yes,
What we should do next, and then DAO voting will decide about this,
investment,
right?
of course.
But it's something like that, and I think it's quite cool. It's quite a little bit complicated. We are still thinking with Orwash how to describe that in our white paper, but I'm so happy that we spent, I think, days, right, Orwash, for that, and we come up with so clever solution that give you all of you, and as well we have already feedback from real traders, the prop traders from Wall Street, from anything places like that, that they say this is how the market should work, and this is what is telling us that you would like to be part of your project, right? I mean, not only as an investor, but as well as a liquidity providers, as the users that will be trade here. Everything what is here is just one additional advantage that is giving him the easier way to decide to use our tool as a new place to trade, right? And
Yes.
I am quite proud of it.
I have a question about the community, because you guys had a meeting past weekend, and maybe a few words about it, how it went, and how is the research team doing?
They are doing great, actually. So we had this meeting. They invited from the EU. They invited us because they want to make some, workshops regarding the trading. So Rafa was one of the guests over there. Also was Marek Hayecki from KTG. If you don't know, then KTG is a market making company. Kronos Trading Global. They are doing our market making on EU. Big boys, big stuff, a lot of good stuff. So there's a lot of common grounds in terms of what we can do together.
Mm-hmm.
So we co-organized an event. There was an afterwards as WOTA, and I think they went pretty good. Some of the traders learn about the big short bet and what we're planning to do. In the end, this is our goal. And of course, the research group showed a really cool OSIN frameworks, how you can do some basic OSIN, how to do research, some basic one, and
right?
not only, sorry?
In practice, it was about the OSINT.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly. Yes, in
Everything was in the
practice.
practice. There was no
it was
theory.
a workshop for a reason, you know.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So, but not only from the like investing standpoint of view, but like in like research of all, like what is the role of the research? Even though if you run a company or something like that, you need to like research the people you are cooperating with, or you can blow it in your face. So, and there was a lot of like real use cases, real case scenarios that happened, and yeah. So and like there's a lot of people joining in. I think we had full spots taken. So
Full
yeah,
house.
it was good. Full house, exactly.
And
I can add that I had a chance to speak with many very experienced traders. One of them, I mean, some of them they are quite big. They, for example, cannot say which market, but they, for example, responsible for 20% of volume on
Volume.
volume on some markets.
mhm.
So it's
So
quite big.
meaning that
Yeah.
they own 20% of
No,
X.
no, they just
Mhm.
make so many transactions and just put so many contracts that they created. They just move 20% of all money from this market, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But besides of that, you can imagine the very, real players, real traders, they're living only for that, and they just heard our solution and they just gave us very big thumbs up, and they just ask when they can trade on our platform. So this is
Right.
meetings
Right.
like that and the community like that when they just learn.
Did they say what amount of money are they willing to start trading with on the new Big Short Bets platform? Did they say, "Hey, I'm putting 1 million"?
I mean, they don't share with me the real numbers, but one of the advantages that they always telling us is that we have a millions in the crypto, right? And it's hard to pull this out to the fiat and just go, for example, for contract for oil or anything like that. When I will, and the situation when I don't need to create, just withdraw my crypto from ecosystem and just use them from the contract, is giving me very range of the opportunities. I mean, the big range of opportunities that I can use those
More
funds
trades. Yes.
for trading, right? Without facing all of those problems with the withdrawing those funds, right?
Yes.
So this is one of the points that I am quite afraid. I mean, I was, never heard these statements face to face. I only heard them from our research, right? But it was nice to heard all the problems that we are solving. First time I heard face to face with somebody, right? That they have these problems, right? We know those problems from our research that we are reading a lot of. We are making a lot of research. We're reading a lot of, Reddit, Twitter threads. We know many traders that they just sharing the problems on internet, but we never had that problems articulated face to face. And right
Personally,
now,
yeah.
personally, and then right now we have this chance, and it's very nice to hear that we are going in the right directions, right, from right people.
Oh yeah,
Exactly.
that's the right
And
people that want to tell you
The feedback.
the feedback. Yes.
yeah, and I just want to have a quick add to this because like what we are working right now on is like basically the economy of the platform. So what you're having in front of you is like the economics of like the flow of the value on the platform and how it should be administered and by whom. And we are making a project that is designed to be a decentralized. So um, sooner or later, some solutions, something like this, like should be shown and developed if we want to be fully decentralized, and like giving the opportunity for our community to make their own nodes on which their own markets will be run. So each of the node will be, for example, we are working right now on this technology that each of the node will be a separate market, So you could say we're gonna have some custody markets that will operate, and I think it's a great opportunity to like disperse like this earnings, so it not will make it centralized, and designing that to be sustainable and that it could be operate in the long term. It's really challenging from the like basically from the design perspective, yes, because those are numbers and they have to sum up. We cannot make some platform that will be that could be a case for us to be attacked or and so of a speculation attacks or anything like that. We need to be careful when we design those things, but I think we are going in the right direction with that stuff. So far so good, but so yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, so the question is, I mean, there's one thing that I always want to just say, it's that we are not the owners of the project. We are just, humble servants that they're working on that, right? I know that we are a little bit closer to the project than you guys, but we are doing that to together just make something that will allows us to create something good, right? And this is not like the other project that the team say that this is our vision, this is our product, we will know what to do, we will take the most of the gains and maybe something left, then it's for you, right? No, we would like to just go, we are doing that for you. We are just asking you for your feedback, for your patience, for your support, for sharing the good word about us on social media, and the rest of it will take us, just leave it in our hands, and we deliver something good for everybody, right?
That
And
is
this
a
is the
very honest words you're saying right now, because most of the people, even though when they go to some kind of meeting, you can smell and you can see on their faces with a big, paper over here saying bullshit. you know so
yeah.
you can just feel it. You can just feel it if you watch or if you ever been at the, I don't know, art of speculation or bigshortbets meetings, or here on DEVS and HODLERS meeting. You can feel and speak with these people, and it is kind of like a family, and it is way different than all the gains and just screwing noobs and
Moon
taking all
boys.
the money. And yeah, there is
And
fun and memes and all, but this is not just another startup that is just you know
yes, those are the questions about about the contract. What's happened with USDC will be, let's say, worth zero, and you will have a market related to the USDC. What will there will be any option to change the currency for the contract? Um, so let's say like that. All the CME contract that we are creating, they are only for a few months. So after that, the contract is calculating who is, closing all the positions and just closing the market, right? And this is end of the market. It means that you have a deadline when all the positions will be closed, no matter what's happening, right? They will be closed, and the gains and the losses will be calculated, and that's its end, right? So
okay.
every market, when it's closed, we can just change anything what we would like to after that, right?
Okay.
If you have a market that is running for, I don't know, 5 years, then no, then there will be no option to change the stable coin used in this contract, right? So you need to remember that if there is a long running contract, this increase the risk, because there is no option to change this table inside the contract, right? But if we are talking about the contract that we as a team will be responsible, they will be running something like between 2 and 3 months. So if something like this will happen, then next contract that will be created will be with the new stablecoin, right? And we will solve the problem with the new contract, right? So I think that this is the I hope this is the answer for your question. And any idea how to bring the value to BETS tokens? Like I said, fee will be not today, but in the past we just mentioned that. The BETS tokens will be alternative to pay the fee in the stable coins. It will be cheaper. So it means
Okay.
that you don't need to pay in the stable coins for actions that I just mentioned over here, right? Let us move that to the top. So you can pay for all of this in the stable coins. The fee will be, like always, depend on the amount of token that you're holding. But there will be bets that it's against to the stable coins will be cheaper way to pay this, and as well will be reduced with your tokens, right? So it means that the bets will be the better and sufficient way to pay the fees, right? So for example, if something is cost you $1 and the bet will be 0.25, so you have 0.75 discount, right? So you can see that there is a option to arbitrage between those values and things like that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to see the speculation on the bets, right?
Oh, cool.
The
last one looks cool if you say it.
Yeah, the other.
Well, I guess I know the answer, but I leave it to you.
Yeah, I'm going just from top to bottom. So, what is the estimation market start date for now? Like we said, around half of the year, we will just deploy the production, the final release. In the weeks, we will present you the new market on with the nodes responsible for validating the market. So we are moving from, let's say, we have a solution right now that is second layer solution that is a little bit centralized. But right now, all the nodes will be responsible for markets. There will be off-chain workers that allows us to speed up few things and just decentralize the order book. There will be no option that somebody can manipulate the order book and control the order book. So first of all, we as a team, we are secured, right? Because nobody can just say that we are controlling anything. And second thing is that there will be decentralized solution in 100%. So I'm quite happy about it, right? But yeah, like I said, second half, beginning of the second half of the year is the date that we are aiming right now. How much BKSB we need to have a node? So we still calculating that with the Rafał and with the Orosz because it cannot be too small, and I mean it cannot be a small amount of the tokens because in this case everybody can have a nodes and there is no point of the buying and holding bigger amount of the tokens. But I think Maciek currently we are making our calculation between 10,000 and 20,000 tokens to create in one node, right? But it depends everything of situations in the market, how many people has currently the tokens, how we are expecting to create the demand from new buyers and things like that. So as well, we would like to just heard some feedback from our biggest hodlers.
Yes.
So we are collecting many things, and we are just collecting many requirements and trying to find the sweet spot for this solution. So, but yeah, still we are just calculating because it's not just this is not the number that you can just pull out from head, right? And just gives you throw without thinking about it, because it's the implication of this decision is so high that we need to carefully choose the level required for the tokens to create a new node, right? Okay, next thing is, will the market be launched when it's ready or at sustainable time in terms of bull bear market? No,
I would say in 50-50. We won't launch it straight away when it's ready because we want to prepare with everything, but I'm not pretty sure that we're gonna postpone the market pretty much. But the end, it's the Rafał call in terms of this stuff.
I mean, if there will be we will be closer to the let's say like that. If second year will be some signs of the pump on the market again, then probably Rafał can make some decisions. But currently, we are not looking on a situation in the market. We will start it.
Okay.
And there will be people that regardless the situation in the market, they have stables, they have tokens that they are ready to put on the market and just trade on our market. So we are creating a tool that is. You need to remember that we would like to be independent crypto project from the winter or summer on the crypto, right? I mean, we are looking to be like we would like to be evaluating based off our value instead of just situation on the market, right? Right. So because many projects just have a higher prices because of the situation of the market, not because of the product or the tools that they're creating. But we would like to be, let's say, our price should reflect what we are doing, not where we are on the market, right? This is what I try to say.
Oh, that's more of an answer than I could think of.
And yeah, I think there is no more questions. So maybe or watch because of all the problems. Any sneak peek about your idea about how you would like to introduce the pools to our blockchain? Any sneak
I
peek?
mean,
Leak?
maybe not today. Not today.
Okay.
I think we can leave this topic later on because I still have some insight that I want to share with you, Bartek, about it. But yeah, I think it's good. We want to basically the idea is that when you design the economy of the platform, you seek that there are some points, like there are some places on the platform that could like synergize and working like synergetic with the price of the biggest
Okay.
B token.
Mhm.
And in the end, I would like to propose a design that each of that market transaction will have a positive impact on the biggest B price.
I can just
This is
give you a sneak peek that we are looking for a connection between bets and BKSB.
Okay.
And that's it. And I cannot say more.
Okay.
yeah.
But we would like to just connect those two tokens somehow for speculating purpose, trading, liquidity, and anything good you can imagine. But we would like to just make a very sufficient solution to make a connection between those two tokens. Because currently they are not connected, right? But
Exactly.
we are looking for a solution that will always allows you to speculate between those two tokens together.
That is cool. There was Mr. Robert. There was event this weekend, but there will be more for sure. Right?
Yeah,
'Cause-
I think we are always just giving you heads up weeks, right? Right now we are working on something, but we don't have the details to share with you currently. But yeah, but it's not our last meeting. For sure, it's not our last event with the Woo. It's not our project last event, right?
Of
There will
course.
be always something that we would like to share to people. Just make sure that we are creating a value not only in our project but as well in the community itself. So yeah, there will be more events in the future.
Maybe even before the market premieres.
It's more question to the Overwash than me.
And with this amazing information without answer but with speculation, you can speculate about it. If you could bet it, that'd be cool. Maybe you have some dates. Just try out the beta version on the platform and have fun with it before the release, so you can test it out, feel the vibe, and then you can go all in with all your values when it is out around mid of 2023. Thank you so much for this devs and holders meeting. I'm sorry again for such a delay, but make the sound great again. It worked out happily, and we reached the end of this devs and holders meeting. Next week, as always, 6 p.m. Central Europe time. Keep your watches, because there was a time switch to summertime last week in United States, and it is happening this weekend as well in Europe. So watch out on your watches. 6 p.m. next week. Okay, bye bye.
Thank you, guys.
See you next week. Thank you.